Hey, welcome back, groupers. So we talked last time about really getting clear with your why and getting clear with your what and getting clear with what's gotten in the way in the past. And today I want to really drill down a little bit more on Gitomer's 11 commandments of sales. Because if there's 11 commandments, I think I want to know what those commandments are so I can get better at what I do, right? So let's go back and take a look at those because I think, again, they're so powerful. To me, they are. So one of those commandments, of course, the first one you see on the sheet is think. And I love what he says here, the sales in your head. And what Napoleon Hill said in the book, Think and Grow Rich, is we are what we think. As a member of the John Maxwell team, I hear that a lot from my mentors, that thoughts are things. As a matter of fact, one of my mentors, Paul Martinelli, has written his own book based on the book Think and Grow Rich, but he's read Think and Grow Rich like 1,000 times. And Think and Grow Rich is a classic written in 1934 by Napoleon Hill. And in that book, Hill talks about different principles to think and grow rich. And Martinelli first was introduced to the book when he was broke and 22 years old with his own cleaning business. 7 years later, he sold that business for over $1 million, and he credits this book for getting him there. And Paul is my mentor. He's actually signed this particular book for me, but he is a guy that I love who he is as a person and how he's grown his business. But I'm going to share with you today in terms of thinking, because you and I want to grow. I know you do. I know you want to grow. And it's just, we're growing humans. I mean, that's what humans do. They grow, they evolve. Even though it might be hard sometimes and you might not even know consciously you want to grow, subconsciously you really want to grow. So let me go over what the author says in Think and Grow Rich about important characteristics of you and I. Number one, thoughts are things. We talked about that. And we also talked about that you and I have to be really careful about what we do think about. We'll talk about that deeper at another time. Another chapter in the book is desire, because if we know what we want and we're just hungry, as Les Brown would say, and we've got a deep, deep desire and we don't give up, as it says behind me, that's what champions are made of. Number three, faith. And I think for me, I'm a man of faith. I believe in God. And the reality is, I think we also have to believe in ourselves. We have to praise ourselves and love ourselves on this journey, because we can't love others until we love ourselves. Another chapter is autosuggestion, and that is what we say to ourselves over and over again goes into our other than conscious mind, and that's what can drive our behavior. And we have to see, change doesn't happen here, it happens in the other than conscious mind, deeper, and that's where autosuggestion comes in. The next chapter is specialized knowledge. Determine what your niche is. I'm hearing that a lot lately. I try to do all things. I can't. I got to stay in my lane, because that's what I've been doing for a long, long time. I've got to be great in that piece. When I was young in the automobile business, my brother said to me, make sure you know more about the automobile business than anybody. And with the changing the changing clients and the changing culture that's going on, that's really important now. Another one is imagination. Always see yourself as you want to be. Imagine, get creative. Another one is organized planning. And make sure that you're planned in your day. I use a thing called a 15-minute miracle, because I have to plan my day out. I use a thing called a TikTok, where I write every time I do something, so I'm giving myself credit for it and I can love myself in the process. Another chapter is decision. Make the decision based on what you want and don't turn back. And that brings me to my favorite chapter, and that's persistence. Don't give up no matter what. Don't give up. And then the next chapter is the power of the mastermind. That's a group, that's a coach, that's a bunch of people that are like thinkers with you, that grow with you together. I'm doing a mastermind group on the 15 Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. And I've got to tell you, it's probably one of the most powerful groups I've ever been involved with, but not because everybody's superstars and everything they do, but they're all wanting to grow, and they all are, and we get to grow together. And we're from all factions, from a pastor up in northern Canada to a friend of mine who wants to be a YouTube influencer, to people that used to be in the car business or still are. It's really a powerful group. The next chapter he talks about is the subconscious. Change happens in the other than conscious mind. And then he talks about the brain and the power of the brain. You and I have to be clear with how this thing works, this computer works, if we're really going to get to that next level of excellence. And the next one is the sixth sense. People that are super successful have an intuition, and you have to grow that intuition sometimes and trust that intuition. It doesn't just always happen. Another chapter is the 6 ghosts of fear. And the reality is, if you're not where you want to be, the reason you're not where you want to be in most cases is fear. So, hey, grab the book. It's a great one. And if there's any book that I would tell you that I would grab first, it's this one. At some point, we are going to do a masterclass on this book where we just deep dive for about 6 to 8 weeks on this. And I'm not yet. We're going to do this now, but I'm really excited for us to be able to do that going forward. So, hey, great job. Good job hanging in there. I'm really proud of you. I really look forward to just keeping giving you input and giving you new content so that you can go the next level, not just with your business,